Hello and welcome to this beginner and intermediate mandolin lesson on how to play Steve Earle's Galway Girl. We're going to learn the chords for the verse and the chorus, and we're also going to learn the fiddle tune that goes with it that sounds a bit like this. We're going to start this free lesson, and I should mention everything I discuss in the next 10 minutes or so is included on a free PDF which is linked below, so please make sure you download that so you don't have to learn any of this by ear. We're going to learn the melody first, and I'm going to walk you through it. I see this as like an A and B fiddle tune. That's certainly what it sounds like. So if we just have a little look at the A part first, which sounds like this. What I suggest you do is just pause this video and have a play through that A part in your own time. It's nothing majorly tricky, everything's in first position, so your little finger doesn't need to play any notes in this. And then look back and I will put the metronome on and we'll have a play through that A part. I'm going to play through it twice at that speed. So try and keep up if you can, but don't forget you can always use the pause function and then press play when you feel ready. After 3, twice through the A part. 1, 2, 3. And again. That metronome was clicking at 110 BPM. You're going to need to be sort of up around 140, something like that, maybe a bit quicker. So if you're practicing with a metronome, start at 110 and just keep winding it up. Maybe do it in 5 BPM chunks until you get up to Steve Earle's speed. The B part, which is only ever played once in the whole tune. So we'll do the same thing again. I'll put the metronome on and we're just going to play it once because that's all you ever get in the song. Same speed though at 110. After 3 with the pickup from the end of the second time bar. And 1, 2, 3. So that's the melody part of this song. I suggest you pause this and combine those two together so you play it 2 A's and 1 B, because that's what happens in the middle of the song. For any intermediate players, I have, without going into the theory, I've given you a slightly harder melody, which is included at the back of the PDF, and that should hopefully sound a bit like this. 1, 2, 3. So that's almost exactly the same melody, just with like some double stops and chords added underneath. So you can play either melody, they both fit perfectly with the song. Now we've got that under our belts, it's time to look at the chords. The chord chart is relatively simple for this song. I'd say relatively simple, depends on where you are in your learning progress. But we're in the key of D, and we only have 4 chords needed for this. We have D, which I suggest you use just your normal D chord, because that's when Steve Earle plays it on the original. I think Steve Earle's actually playing the mandolin. He's just playing the normal chords. He's doing nothing, no fancy chords, just the sort of introductory mandolin chords. So D, and then G, and then A, 2, 2, 0, 0. So there are your 3 main chords. There's a B minor chord, which is always followed, in the 2 times it's used, the B minor is followed by A and then G. So I quite like this B minor, 4, 4, 5. So I'm kind of flattening my first finger to get that. You could use the fat end of your finger, but I'm flattening my finger like that. So you've got 4, 4, 5, and then it's followed by an A. So I like to slightly change my A for that one and play 2, 2, 4. So you can kind of hear that as a run. So those are the shapes I use on the B minor A G phrase. Every other time I think there's one other A, I would use this one. But there's nothing too major with those chords, and we're in the time signature of 4/4, so there's 4 beats per bar. And with that, I think you have 2 options for rhythm. If you're just learning the chords, keep the rhythm really simple, bass and strum. And if you're looking at the chord chart, that equals 1 D chord. So for example, there's 6 D chords, and then it changes to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, so that's how you follow the chord chart. Each strum, each bass and strum is 1 letter on the chord chart. The other chord rhythm you can do, once you feel comfortable playing bass and strum, is add some upstrokes in the second half of a bar. So I've written it out below. It sounds like this if I do it over a D chord. So it's bass and strum to start with, and then down, up, strum, up. So if you're new to playing chord rhythms, this one will be used a lot in your chord playing life, so it's worth getting comfortable with it. It's a very kind of country, bluegrass, folky sound. Because what we're still maintaining a strum on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We're just making it a bit more interesting for ourselves with some upstrokes. So if I just play the verse chords, so the top 2 lines of the chart, and you can try that rhythm. It's going to be hard to do that rhythm in bar 5 over A minor and B minor, A and B minor. So I think in that one I might go back to the simple rhythm. It's very hard to do that rhythm whilst you're changing chords. So switch between the 2, whichever suits you. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. You could keep that rhythm going if you wanted to. Let's just have one play of the verse together, and I'll count us in after 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3 Ds, 4 Ds, 5, 6, G, B minor A. So you can hear how quick changing those chords are in that second half of the verse. So I resort back to the simple bass and strum, just so I can get those chords nice and clean. And in the first half, that nice rhythm. So it's completely up to you. We are going to have a play along with Steve Earle. We're going to save that. I just want to mention one other thing. The final thing I'd like to mention is just what happens in the chorus. There's 2 things to note. There's the bar of 6/4. All that means is you have an extra chord in the bar, and the bar is 2 beats longer. So that bar which goes B minor A G. So B minor A G. So you still play it the same. If you were to count it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. and then you're back to 4/4. So nothing to worry about. You don't even need to worry about counting 6/4. Just you focus on playing those chords as one bass and one strum, and you'll be fine. The other thing to watch out for is the first and second time bar. You play the chorus chords twice. The first time it ends with a G. The second time it ends with a D. So when you repeat the chorus twice. Other than that, I'm afraid all that's left to do is to dive in and play along with Steve Earle and his band on the recording. I'm going to press play on the YouTube video, and what's going to happen is I'm going to play one verse, one chorus with the repeat in the chorus, and then the melody, which happens 2 A's and 1 B, just so you can hear everything in context. And I've also slowed it down by 10% just to give you a bit more time. So try to play along with me. I've also linked the Steve Earle video in the comments below, so you can head over and play along with the whole song. I don't want to bore you with the whole song in this video, just to give you a snapshot of how we put all of that into practice. So there's a lot going on. We've got the melody, which comes in at the end. We've got the chords, where we'll be switching between those two rhythms. And yeah, it's good fun to play. It's a great song. It's really well written. Let's dive in and have a jam with Steve Earle. 1, 2, 3, 4, verse. So fear not if that was all a bit much. It was quite quick. On YouTube you have the option of slowing stuff down, so if you press the cog that's in the bottom right hand corner, kind of somewhere down here, if you press that and then go to playback speed, you can slow it down so you can have a chance to play along. And the best thing to do is just play along with the original. This is the right key, as I just demonstrated. I've written the arrangement in the PDF, and it's so much fun to play. I hope you get the chance to play it with other musicians at some point. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit like and subscribe while you're here, and head over to mandomike.com for all the other previous free lessons I've given out over the past 2 years.